Imagine residing in a town that feels more like a nightmare than a home. Picture a place where the specter of crime looms large over your shoulder, where job opportunities are as scarce as a desert oasis, and where poverty isn't just a statistic but a harsh reality. Visualize living amidst dilapidated buildings and crumbling infrastructure, where hope seems to have packed its bag and left town. These are not scenes from a dystopian movie, but rather the grim realities of certain towns in the United States. Factors such as high crime rates, rampant unemployment, widespread poverty, and subpar living conditions can turn a town from a haven into a hellscape. As we delve into the year 2024, we're about to embark on a journey through the American landscape. But this isn't your typical tour. Instead, we're taking a deep dive into the underbelly of the American dream. In this countdown, we reveal the 10 worst towns to live in 2024. At number 10 we have Fairbanks, Alaska. While the natural beauty of this northern town may be captivating, it's not all snow-capped peaks and northern lights. In Fairbanks, the cost of living can be as breathtaking as the landscapes, with prices for basic necessities often far exceeding the national average. But the fiscal strain isn't the only hurdle residents face. The weather in Fairbanks is truly extreme. Imagine enduring months of freezing temperatures that can drop as low as 50 below zero. And let's not forget the long, dark winters where daylight becomes a scarce commodity. And if the high costs and harsh climate weren't enough, Fairbanks is also incredibly isolated. It's a good 400 miles to the nearest city, Anchorage, making quick weekend getaways a logistical nightmare. In Fairbanks, you're not just living in a town, you're surviving in the wild. The chilling isolation of Fairbanks earns it the number 10 spot on our list. Coming in at number 9 is Muskogee, Oklahoma. This town, unfortunately, is plagued with a high poverty rate that eclipses the national average. The majority of Muskogee's residents struggle to make ends meet, with a median income that's noticeably lower than the rest of the country. The town's economy leaves much to be desired. Opportunities for growth are sparse, making it tough for residents to break free from the cycle of poverty. The lack of diverse industries and businesses limits job opportunities, contributing to the town's high unemployment rate. Moreover, the quality of life in Muskogee is affected by the lack of amenities and services that one might expect in more prosperous towns. The education and healthcare sectors are underfunded and public safety is a concern. Despite the town's historical charm and the resilience of its residents, the economic conditions make Muskogee a challenging place to live. Muskogee's lack of prosperity lands it at number 9. East St. Louis, Illinois takes the number 8 spot. This town, steeped in a rich history and culture, unfortunately bears the weight of a high crime rate. Safety, a basic human need, is a luxury that many residents cannot afford. Navigating through daily life here is akin to walking on eggshells, with the ever-present threat of violence looming overhead. Moreover, the town is plagued by an alarmingly high unemployment rate. Opportunities for stable, rewarding jobs are as scarce as a 4-leaf clover in a field of 3-leaf ones. This lack of economic opportunities exacerbates the town's already dire situation, driving many into a cycle of poverty from which escape seems nearly impossible. The living conditions here leave much to be desired. Infrastructure is in a state of decay, and basic amenities are often lacking. The town, unfortunately, seems stuck in an endless rut of despair, with little hope for substantial improvement. The grim conditions in East St. Louis place it at number 8. At number 7 we find Flint, Michigan. Nestled in the Mitten State, Flint has been grappling with a water crisis that has plagued its residents for years. The city's water supply, tainted with lead, has left a lasting impact on the health and well-being of its inhabitants. But the challenges don't stop at the water's edge. Flint also bears the heavy burden of high crime rates. The city's streets are fraught with danger, making safety a luxury rather than a given. From theft to violent crimes, the city's residents are in a constant state of alert. And let's not forget the economic decline. Flint, once a thriving industrial town, has faced job losses and business closures, leading to a stagnated economy. The city's residents grapple with unemployment and poverty, making the pursuit of a comfortable life a distant dream. Flint's water crisis, high crime rates, and economic decline earn it the 7th spot on our list. Commerce, California takes the 6th spot. Known as the Model City, Commerce is far from being a model place to live in 2024. The town is infamous for its high pollution levels. The air quality here is often poor, with thick smog hanging in the sky causing an array of health problems for its residents. It's not uncommon to see people wearing masks just to breathe cleaner air. Moreover, the cost of living in Commerce is a major setback. With skyrocketing housing prices and increasing daily expenses, it's a tough spot for those with tight budgets. The town's economy is struggling, and job opportunities are sparse, making it even harder for its residents to make ends meet. Finally, the traffic congestion in Commerce is a daily ordeal. Long hours spent in bumper-to-bumper traffic add to the stress of living in this town. The smoggy reality of Commerce lands it at number 6. Danville, Illinois is our number 5. Nestled in the heartland of America, Danville paints a picture far from the idyllic small-town life one might imagine. The city grapples with a high unemployment rate, a problem that's been festering for years. Jobs are scarce and opportunities for economic advancement seem to have dried up, pushing many residents into a cycle of poverty. But the lack of job prospects is not the only issue plaguing Danville. The city also struggles with a high crime rate, casting a dark shadow over its streets. Safety becomes a luxury when lawlessness becomes the norm. Residents live in a state of constant worry, their peace of mind eroded by the city's escalating crime problem. These factors combine to create a bleak reality for the people of Danville. The lack of opportunities, the high unemployment, and the rampant crime, all these contribute to Danville's desolate landscape. Danville's bleak outlook places it at number 5. At number 4, we have Gallup, New Mexico. Known as the heart of Indian country, Gallup surprisingly lacks the vibrancy and prosperity one might expect. The town is plagued by a high poverty rate, with an overwhelming number of its residents living below the poverty line. This economic distress is a bleak backdrop to the town's daily life, casting a shadow over the potential of its inhabitants. Moreover, Gallup grapples with a high crime rate. Safety concerns are a constant worry for the residents, making it a hard place to call home. The town's woes don't end here. The lack of infrastructure is a glaring issue, with basic amenities and services often falling short. Roads, public transport, healthcare facilities, you name it, Gallup seems to be in dire need of it all. These significant challenges make Gallup a tough place to live. The town's struggle to provide a decent quality of life for its residents is deeply concerning. Gallup's struggles land at the 4th spot on our list. Pine Bluff, Arkansas takes the 3rd spot. Now this city, once a bustling hub of commerce and culture, is a shadow of its former glory. It's marked by a high crime rate that has been a persistent issue for years. The city's struggle with violent and property crimes has left its residents living in fear, making it one of the most dangerous cities in the country. In addition to this, Pine Bluff is grappling with an alarmingly high unemployment rate. The lack of job opportunities has led to an economic downturn, making it difficult for residents to make ends meet. This has further exacerbated the city's problems, pushing it into a seemingly endless cycle of poverty and crime. The city's declining population is another major concern. The lack of prospects has driven many to seek a better life elsewhere, resulting in a significant decrease in the city's population over the last few years. Pine Bluff's dire circumstances earn it the 3rd spot on our list. Saginaw, Michigan is our runner-up. Once a thriving industrial town, Saginaw has seen better days. The city, like many others in the Rust Belt, has been hit hard by the decline of manufacturing jobs. The economic downturn has led to a high unemployment rate, with many of its residents struggling to make ends meet. But that's not the worst of it. Saginaw also grapples with a high crime rate. It's become a place where the sound of sirens is all too familiar, where neighborhoods are marred by the presence of crime. This isn't just about statistics, it's about the sense of security, or lack thereof, that residents feel every day. These troubling factors combined, the economic decline, high unemployment and elevated crime rate, make Saginaw a challenging place to call home. It's a city that's been dealt a tough hand, and it's struggling to find its way out of the darkness. Saginaw's troubles land it in the 2nd spot. And the worst town to live in 2024 is Monroe, Louisiana. This southern town unfortunately takes the top spot due to a trifecta of issues. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room: crime. Monroe's crime rate has skyrocketed, with residents facing a 1 in 13 chance of becoming a victim. Next, we have to mention the staggering poverty rate. It's a heartbreaking reality that over a third of Monroe's residents live below the poverty line. This figure is more than double the national average, pointing to a deep-seated economic problem in the area. Finally, the lack of opportunities is a significant deterrent. With a declining job market and limited avenues for growth, the town's young population finds itself in a quagmire with no clear way out. These factors combined paint a grim picture of Monroe. The city's high crime rate, stifling poverty, and scarce opportunities are sobering. Monroe's dire conditions make it the worst town to live in 2024,